What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Dueling Fates podcast, your favorite Star Wars podcast for the next 10 weeks now?
10 weeks
9
now.
weeks? It's 10 weeks now? Okay, if you count this week, I guess. I have no idea.
This week counts.
Okay, I apologize, my guy. Anyways, today we are covering Attack of the Clones, the second film in the franchise. Actually, technically the fifth film in the franchise, but it's the second film in the franchise. I love the number ordering of Star Wars. It makes no fucking sense, and I love it.
Yeah, well, I will never understand why George decided to start at 4. It's weird. Well, I needed better tech to do the prequels. So you're saying the tech got worse in universe somehow? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it does, though.
It also never made sense to me. Why is Palpatine, who lives on Coruscant, even during the time of the original trilogy, why do we never see Coruscant?
Because how do you make a utopia in 1978?
Coruscant's not really a utopia, it's just a city.
It looks like a utopia.
I mean,
also,
we literally see at the end of this movie how it's really not a utopia.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I realized throughout the whole film, like, I didn't realize it during Phantom Menace, probably because it wasn't used a lot, that everything's fucking CG.
Not everything.
No,
but you could really tell when it wasn't.
Like, Palpatine's room, completely CG.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, the hallways, I kind of, like, understood, like, even when I was a kid, like, they're mostly CG. The floor is CG in those, too.
Oh, dude, it's so much CG. What's wild is it's weird how scene to scene it goes from not looking bad to looking bad. It's like, it's the same image. Why did you change it? Why did we lower the res? I don't understand. Though I find some of it impressive, like Camino, the CG with all the water. I'm impressed at how well that holds up.
Absolutely.
And then you get to Palpatine's office and you're like, how did you get a still image to look so bad? You could make the rainy planet look cool. Though the waves looked a little goofy on Camino.
We'll get to
that. So we're talking about the CG. So like, I really started focusing on like the CG and where it was good, where it was bad. Yeah. Naboo's so pretty.
It is, because it's a real place.
Well, but there's still a lot of CG there too.
Well, yeah, but like that's a real place in Italy.
Yeah.
I do find during the dinner scene, and this is still about the CG, the apple that he floats across, it looks CG, but for somehow when she sticks it and eats it, it looks real at the same time.
No, when she sticks it and eats it, it's still CG. It looks so CG when she takes a bite, because she doesn't like bite through and it doesn't break. It just like a line appears and it goes away. It was the funniest thing.
So Attack of the Clones, I think at this point in the history of the fandom has gotten the Phantom Menace rap, where Phantom Menace was like looked at as the worst film in the franchise for like 10 years ish, and then now it's transferred to Attack of the Clones. I mean, people will say that the sequel trilogy, but like they're also just being weird. But like,
I mean, maybe episode 9, but we'll
get to that.
I was gonna say, have you watched episode 9 since it came out?
I have it.
Right. I just mean there's always a world where your second watch you actually enjoy it.
And I'm like, that's why I like you're the Star Wars fan here, and I've watched Star Wars maybe like once every like 3 to 5 years, and like right now I'm starting to realize maybe I was a little too hard on some of these movies, like already. So I'm fully expecting that episode 9 wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And maybe I just had my expectations to be like, oh, we're gonna go with more what Rian Johnson did instead of what JJ did. And
I was gonna say that's a lot of it. Is like the first time I watched The Last Jedi, I absolutely hated it. And now I'm to the point where like, it's still not one of my favorite movies. I can acknowledge it's a really well made movie and like pretty good story wise. I just like a lot of people. That's not the story I wanted, so it's never going to be that high of a rank for me, and that's okay. It wasn't, specifically made for me, and that's okay. I don't have to make it my whole life's mission to crush everybody who enjoys it.
You're not SWT?
No. No, I'm not. And there's still a lot of things about that movie I enjoy.
Yeah, and I think
Ugh.
I feel like people are very like, especially now, especially with Star Wars in general. It's either you hate it or you like, or you don't. Like
Right.
it's one or the other. You can't be in the middle. Like, oh, I like it, but also there's a lot of problems with it.
Right.
Like this movie, I'm gonna spoil it to what I think. I love this film now, but there's a lot wrong with it.
I always did. My favorite, I don't know. I think it's the reason we'll get into it when we watch Rogue One, but I think it's the reason I love like Rogue One and Andor so much is like, well, yeah, the Jedi and Sith are awesome and I love them. I don't know, the political intrigue of Star Wars is always great. And I think that's why I like Attack the Clones, because like 75% of this movie is spent in like Senate meetings and council meetings and just like going a little more in depth on the universe of Star Wars, and I love that shit.
Yeah.
And that's also why so many people hate it, is because it's boring. I want more lightsabers.
I don't know how it can be boring. Like this has like 4 or 5 like great choreographied fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like there's more than I can think of in like even Phantom Menace, like that we just watched last week, where like the one big fight scene was Duel of the Fates, and nothing else. This one has like
there was the Tatooine fight that lasted like 7 swings.
2 seconds.
Yeah, 7 swing chump over there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the fight scenes are cool. I don't know. I feel like we should go to the beginning of this movie a little bit.
It's a very good place to start, Do-Re-Mi.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna open up the thing.
First, open the script up.
Well, that might actually help too, but that's not what I was doing. No, just the IMDb page.
Oh yeah, I usually have those open.
Yeah. So this movie, we get a big time jump from the last one. 10 years.
Is it full? Is it actually 10 years?
Yep. It's 10 years because if I remember correctly, it makes, because everybody still talks about how weird all of this stuff is, but it makes Padme 24 and Anakin 19.
I was gonna say, I know that Annie is 19. So.
19, yeah. We get there is my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars. Anytime one of the Naboo royal cruisers is on screen, the fucking chrome ships flying into Coruscant, those are my favorite scenes. Coruscant as a planet is my favorite thing. I love it.
They just stop that statement there and then they're just like, Coruscant is a planet. Yes, Geek, that is true. In this universe,
is a planet.
Is a planet.
No, yeah. No, I love Coruscant as a planet. I love all of the scenes. Just like I could live my life without windows and just put TVs up that like look like you're just staring out into Coruscant with all the ships flying and stuff. I love it. It's so cool.
Isn't that what the Star Wars like Star Cruiser thing, like that Star Cruiser resort thing was supposed to be?
I have no idea. It's closing down though, so who cares?
I was bored when this movie came out. I definitely thought it wasn't.
Nice. But yeah, we start off with Padme arriving on Coruscant and then her ship exploding, killing her body double.
That's not Keira Knightley though.
No, well, there's a lot of body doubles. Though, did Keira Knightley make an appearance in this film, or did they just let Natalie Portman also play a Jedi?
What?
The one Jedi in the arena scene.
You paid way too close to attention than I did. That.
Yeah, she gets like one scene and she just screams while like swinging a lightsaber.
Because Keira Knightley wouldn't make Pirates until the next year, to 2003. So
I gotta find this. I don't know if they'll show it anywhere. Who is that? That might not be. Looks kind of similar though. Oh no, I can't.
Bro's trying to determine if Natalie Portman was the Jedi.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out who played this person.
It probably was just some like random like stunt person. Might have been Natalie Portman's stunt person.
That could be. I'm really not gonna lie. It really could be.
Yeah, they just want to give her like 2 seconds of screen time where she's not trying to be Natalie Portman.
Right. And yeah, she just goes, ha! Yeah, it's great.
Best performance of this movie.
You know what? Maybe. Bet she only needed one take.
Yeah.
I can't.
Who's Dorme?
I just want.
What the fuck?
What are you looking at?
So Rose Byrne plays one of Padme's like protectors slash spy double slash I don't know what. She's the one who's like, it's not me, my lady, that I'm worried about. It's what if they realize you left the capital? That's Rose Byrne, who was in like a bunch of other movies. What's this Rose Byrne? Rose Byrne. What has she was in Neighbors?
An actress named Karen Wilson played this person that I was trying to figure out.
X-Men?
But yeah, that's not important. But yeah, Corday dies.
Is that their name?
The body double, yeah.
Is that ever said in this film?
Yeah.
Okay, the name is said. Okay,
yes.
I just mean not listening to.
Literally, when Padme runs over.
I don't remember that. I barely remember a fucking Senator Bail Organa's name. So like,
how do you forget about Bail Organa?
I said sometimes I forget. Like I just don't remember that's his name. I just remember that that's a dude.
Oh man.
Oh man. Oh god.
But yeah, Corday gets exploded, which sets off the entire plot of the movie.
That's typically how an inciting incident works.
That's true. You know, because the entire movie is about somebody wants to kill Padme. Padme may be the real main character of Star Wars, since every movie is about somebody wanting to kill her.
I think there's 6 movies of her not being there. So
then it's her kids, grandkids.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you could also say that about I don't know, Anakin.
No.
No.
Ain't nobody trying to deal with Anakin. He's just following Padme around all stalkery.
He's following her like a lost dog.
No, not with the way he looks at her. He doesn't look at her like a lost dog. That's not what those eyes are saying.
Well, that's kind of the point. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's saying like stalkerish. I think it's more like I'm a 19-year-old man.
Obsessed and stalker. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. It's very stalkery.
It might be, but like, I mean, that's the kind of sets the motions for episode 3, where it's more of a possession rather than possession slash obsession.
Well, that's the point. Love.
I know they spell it out for you, but when they talk about, hey, yeah, we can love, and we're encouraged to love.
He literally spelled it out for you.
I know, but I'm just saying next time I'm going to say
it's possession that's a problem, and then immediately he gets possessive.
She's the most dramatic bitch in the universe.
We know this. But yeah. So all that happens, and then suddenly hours of council meetings, and I love the scenes of Anakin and Obi-Wan re-meeting with Padme. I love Anakin. Anakin and Padme's reintroduction will always be hilarious to me.
It's the most awkward shit in the world.
Just you'll always be that little boy I met on Tatooine. It's like, ha, get bitched, loser. It's great. I laugh so hard every time. And then every time it cuts to Anakin's face, it's like, he looks like he's about to commit atrocities, which is true.
I mean,
it's lore accurate, but
I mean, if Anakin's like, you haven't changed like a thing. I'm like, I could be offended if I haven't changed from 14 to 24 if like I didn't change. Like, I feel like that's just an insult to her like integrity.
I don't think that's what he meant at
No, but
all, but all
like
right.
hearing that. Look, but Geek, if I said you haven't changed a thing since you were 14,
I think you were stupid.
exactly. And Anakin's
But I
stupid.
mean, Padme still looks very similar. I do not.
Well, it's only been 3 years for for not Padme for Amidala
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not gonna change that much from like when she was 14 and she was 17 in this film. Let's look at how old
I
Natalie
have
Portman is
no
right now.
idea.
Well, so I'm doing math right now for you. She's also
Bro's
Irish.
doing
That's
math.
really not Irish. I can't read. She's 43 now, and this film was made 22 years ago. So she's 21.
Yeah.
That's how math works.
Good work, dumbass.
I don't
But
remember her being 14.
those were always fun. Anakin and Obi-Wan bickering like a married couple is always fun.
Yeah, and it cements the relationship more in this film, obviously, than it was in the previous, because they barely interact in the previous
Yeah.
film. But like, I love when like Anakin's like, I don't think she enjoyed our presence here, and then Obi-Wan turns on, she very much enjoyed our presence. It's just like, yeah, I can feel it, bro.
I also love the oh yeah, she covered the cameras. I don't think she liked me watching her. What is she thinking? It's okay, Master. I can sense everything going on in that room. It's like, that's creepy.
It's so creepy.
But I mean,
like,
fair enough. And then the little argument,
so
your senses aren't that attuned. Oh, and yours are, bitch? I'm the fucking chosen one. Fuck you. And then I love the way they frame it when Anakin finally senses the little centipedes. Because Anakin just takes off and Obi-Wan, I sense it too. No, you didn't, little bro. You didn't sense shit. You just saw Anakin take off.
I love Obi-Wan, bro. Obi-Wan's so fucking great. I love him so much. Especially in this movie. This movie, he's just a sassy little fucker. He just
saucy little fucker.
Yeah, saucy little fucker. Bro literally does not give a fuck. He will say anything that's on top of his mind. And like, there's the point in Geonosis that I'm pretty sure we've already said that this is the title of the episode.
She seems to be on top of things.
Yeah, bro is just the most sassy little bitch in the world.
I also hate Anakin calling Obi-Wan like his father, because they absolutely act like brothers. Not
They do.
Their relationship doesn't work that way.
But he is the closest thing Obi-Wan that Anakin has had to a father. So
no, I think that would have been Qui-Gon.
Well, Qui-Gon died like 2 days after they met.
Still, Qui-Gon would have been the closest thing he had to a father. Obi-Wan's just the sassy older brother. What the hell was that?
My dog's barking.
Okay. But yeah, Obi-Wan's just the sassy older brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then, we get Obi-Wan yeeting out of a window after saying, "It's not our job to launch an investigation, but here I go." I think he just wanted to jump out of a window.
Don't we all, though?
I mean, yeah. In that scenario, I would have done the exact same thing.
Would you have?
Yes.
You jumping out the person who just sent poisonous worms into a senator's...
Yeah, the worms are dead now.
Yeah, but also, this movie...
Also, I'm a Jedi.
That's fair. This movie, I know it has like that famous thing of just like, the Palpatine wants someone dead. So he just gives the Count Dooku. So it just keeps going down this line to like this.
The Count Dooku doesn't want to do it himself, so he gives it to Jango Fett. Jango Fett doesn't want to do it himself, so he gives it to... Why do I never remember her name?
Zer?
It's not Zer. Not even. Kind of close. Zam Wessel.
See, I know this.
No, you didn't. You said Zer.
Definitely was close enough.
But they give it to Zam Wessel. Zam Wessel's like, well, I don't really want to do this. I'm going to send this little droid. And then the droid's like, well, I don't want to do this. I'm going to send these fucking little centipedes. It would have been so much funnier if the centipedes would have turned into something else. But yeah, it's the best thing.
Oh,
Though technically, Palpatine didn't have anything to do with this.
It was the Viceroy?
Yeah, the Viceroy sent Dooku, who sent Jango, who sent Zam, who sent the droid, who sent the centipedes. Or millipedes. I didn't count.
You didn't count their creepy little legs?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're senti.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Well, millipedes don't have a million legs, do they?
I don't think that's isn't. I don't know. Not important.
Centipedes have 100.
Right? Wouldn't millipedes be 1,000 though?
I'm looking at millipedes. I don't want. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to look it up. But
Millipede leg.
we also see. I don't know. I don't think it ever really changes, but I love in this movie how kind of role reversed it is, with Obi-Wan kind of being the one who doesn't think Anakin is ready for his assignments and, you know, questions everything about Anakin, and it's Mace Windu who's like, is he not the chosen one? Do you really think he's not ready? He's incredibly talented. He's awesome. And Obi-Wan's, yeah, but he's arrogant. Yoda's like, yeah, bitch, so are you. In the sassy little Yoda way. More and more common, that is, among Jedi. Including apparently the much older. It's like, ha, got him. No, actually, this movie also, this goes back to the thing I've been talking about the Acolyte with Ki-Adi-Mundi.
That he's older than he actually is?
No. That means nothing, and he's not old. Like, his age was never said. People are just stupid. And if you want to argue with me, argue with a fucking wall, because I'm smarter than you. I'm done. So we're not having conversations because you don't know how to work a website. If you're too stupid to understand Wikipedia, you don't get to talk to me. Go away. But no, Ki-Adi-Mundi. Everybody using that line from The Phantom Menace, the Sith haven't been around for a millennia, even though, they were literally talking about the Sith that Qui-Gon just fought. Mm-hmm. And everybody pretending like, well, these bad guys showed up. Why doesn't he know about the Sith? I think George Lucas made it a point to make sure anytime Ki-Adi-Mundi speaks, it's just inaccurate. Like 100%. Literally, the only lines from Ki-Adi-Mundi in this movie are about Dooku and how he's a Jedi and could never kill people and be evil. And the whole movie is proving that Ki-Adi-Mundi just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
That's true.
I think everybody forgets Ki-Adi-Mundi's entire character is just the fact that he's wrong and stupid. That's his whole character. Which is so funny for the dude with the massive head with 2 brains. Dude has 2 brains and he's the dumbest guy in the room.
Well, Stegosaurus also had like 3 brains and they were stupid.
Huh?
Stegosaurus, I think, Bronchiosauruses have 2 or 3 brains. One for their tail. It's true. They one for the brain, one for their tail. One for their head, one for the tail. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak today.
They had a brain in their tail? What?
Yeah, to control it.
Huh. I don't know if that's true, but okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Now I gotta look it up.
Big. It's Bronchiosaurus. It's not Stegosaurus. I always say
No,
Stego.
I'm just looking up. Apparently, no. That's not actually true.
Oh, it should.
And also, apparently the thing you were thinking of was Stegosaurus.
Oh, was it? Okay. I had the right dinosaur, wrong idea.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought that a spot near the dinosaur's hips was for a second brain. But no.
Dinosaurs. Also, this is the dinosaur Jedi shows up.
Coleman Trebor.
Still, it's just a basic name for a Jedi.
I
His
mean,
name's
I
Coleman.
love that in the first scene we get with all the Jedi and Palpatine, you got Ki-Adi-Mundi, you got Plo Koon, you got Kit Fisto,
Mhm.
and then you have Barriss Offee and Master Luminara.
Those are
Barriss
names I know.
Offee, but she came in the Clone Wars and was really good friends with Ahsoka. I just think it's funny. She has a total of 7 seconds on screen in the movies and becomes like a named character that matters in the Clone Wars, and I think that's really funny.
That's most of the Clone Wars characters, is it not?
I mean,
They show up in
kinda,
this movie for like 2 seconds, and they have a whole character arc.
kinda.
Doesn't like Plo Koon have a whole character
Oh,
in
Plo Koon's
Clone
the
Wars?
greatest.
Exactly. So like Plo Koon has zero character in
Also,
these films.
I love the fact that for one of the episodes of The Mandalorian, they didn't tell people who was showing up for this thing in this episode. Even the actors didn't know.
Mhm.
And then they told them, like, they didn't tell them before filming. And after filming, Dave Filoni told them it was Plo Koon. It wasn't, but Dave Filoni told them it was. Which I just find hilarious. Imagine thinking it's Plo Koon and then just a human dude is the one on screen. It's like, oh, well, that's lame. I was lied to. Cheated. Bamboozled. Yeah. And then we get Dexter Jetster. Jetster?
Yeah,
Jetster.
that's
Yes.
his name. Jester.
Jester? Jetster. Either way.
One of the two.
Doesn't matter. Obi-Wan's friend. Same race as Pong Krell, everyone's least favorite Jedi. Yeah, you
He's
haven't
sticking
seen
with
the
it, going
Clone
up.
Wars, so
No.
I can't help you. But he's a piece of shit. He's a basilisk, is the race.
That's a snake in Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's not in Star Wars though. It's those guys with 4 arms.
No, that's a guy from Ben 10.
No, but we learn of a planet called. Well, I forgot the chase scene. Have you ever seen any of the deleted scenes for this movie?
Of him doing just like doing
Well,
stupid
that-
shit.
But I also love. But no, the scene where Anakin runs into Padme's room and kills the centipedes and then runs out. There's a deleted scene of him eating shit in front of all the people who are running in.
I gotta watch this.
It's so good. But then there's another scene when they're filming the chase scene through the street and Anakin's chasing after Zam. There's another one where he falls as the camera's like moving with him. So he falls and the camera's just, he's slowly getting smaller, laying on the ground. Funny as shit. Hayden Christensen tripping and falling is funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta find this. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Hayden Christensen
out.
falls a lot. Did you see that and you chuckled, or?
No, I was just I'm gonna look at it later because I'm
Oh.
not gonna spend 10 minutes of our time just
Gotcha.
looking for this one
Oh.
scene.
But yeah, that's my favorite. Is all the just times he falls in these movies.
Hayden and Ewan are like little kids on these sets.
Yes.
Like when I watch the deleted scenes, the most stupid shit. Like,
Yes.
I mean, Ewan's like known to like make lightsaber sounds on set. Like Hayden was just doing 19-year-old stuff. I don't even know if he was 19 at the point in time. How old was Hayden when he did this film? Hayden, how old are you now, my guy?
But we get the whole chase with Zam Wessel. We get the flight through the city. More arguing between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a shortcut if we, continue this chase. They're going to end up deep fried, and I'd like to figure out who hired them. Good job, Anakin. You've lost them. They went completely the other way. If you'll excuse me, and then just fucking yeets himself out of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know how she got like 700 stories below them. And also how he took no fall damage.
It's Star Wars.
I
It
know.
don't matter.
I know.
There's no fall damage in Star Wars. They just use the Force a little bit, and they're like, "Oh, we're good."
Yeah, but he didn't. He smacked into that ship so fucking hard.
The Force is with him.
Well, I mean, he is the chosen one, so.
Yeah.
Then we get the bar scene where they've got droid space football. Quarterback got sacked. It's pretty funny.
Awareness of two.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
This also has one of my favorite like extended stories or short stories that was ever like in a book or something when Ewan goes to the drink and he gets talked about the death sticks dude. And like when he apparently is sent off to like think about his life and like change course, he just comes back saying, "Oh, I want to sell death sticks for the rest of my life."
Nice.
Bro just wants to be a drug dealer.
Hey, man. At least he went home and rethought it.
That's true. I mean, Obi-Wan forced him to, but you know.
He's thought it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find all of it really interesting. We get a little bit of Jango Fett, a little bit of murder. Leads us to the arrogance of the Jedi again when Obi's trying to figure out where Kamino is. And, well, if it doesn't appear in our archives, it does not exist. Fuck you, Jocasta Nu, you stupid cunt.
It's not like it's
the
a
fact that I'm
theme in
pulling
these
out
movies.
all these names has to be bugging Grayson. I know every character's name.
I know Obi-Wan, I know Anakin, I know Padme, and I know like Yoda and Mace Windu. That's fine. I know two people.
Bro doesn't know the librarian Jocasta Nu.
I probably could have gotten it eventually.
She has a gun
probably...
powered by a kyber crystal, so it like shoots lightsaber bolts at people. Yeah, she attacked Vader with it in one of the comics. It's pretty sick.
She lived?
Well, no, he stormed the temple.
Oh, you're talking about that Vader?
Well,
not
and then,
like
I mean, she kind of lived.
Robot Vader. I'm talking about like Robot Vader, not like Hayden Vader. You know?
I actually can't remember. She might have lived through both.
Maybe. Who knows?
Not important. Let's see. What happened after that? We learned about Kamino. And then
Kamino's so cool.
I love Kamino. Water planet. The clones are cool.
Like
the Kaminoans are cool.
Yeah.
I love that race of beings. They're so sick. And so
no,
weird.
They're not sick. That's the kind of the point, is they're like this genetically advanced race that can just create life.
They're cloners.
Yeah. That's what cloning is you creating life. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, kinda. You're duplicating life less than creating it.
Is there miniature water on this planet, though?
No, it was all CGI. It was all CGI. Well, so
all
the rain
CGI.
wasn't, because there's also the clip of not Boba Fett, Jango Fett falling.
Mm-hmm.
And the clip of him, you know, with the rain in the studio, and you got Jango Fett holding a fucking umbrella, dancing around. The sets for these movies, I just want to be on set back in the day for these movies. That would have been so much fun. Oh my God.
Geek, what would you do with a time machine? I'd go back to 2001 when they were filming Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I would too. Not even kidding.
Okay, forgive me if I say his name, but Tamara Morrison. Is that how you say his name?
Tamora.
It says Morrison.
Tamora Morrison.
Tamara Morrison. Okay, I thought you were saying his last name. The way he says Jedi just sounds like a slur, and I love it.
Yeah.
Every time he says Jedi, it's just like the most hateful thing I've ever heard on like video.
Yeah.
Bro hates the Jedi with his whole being.
Well, I mean, he's not a Mandalorian, but kind of a Mandalorian. So yeah.
Jango's not a Mandalorian?
No. I don't know if they changed that.
Let's look.
But last I knew.
Is Jango Fett a Mandalorian? Look at that. It already came up for me.
I know he might be now. He definitely wasn't for a long time, but they changed stuff. Because he was...
Jango Fett was a renowned Mandalorian bounty hunter, assassin, mercenary, and the father of Boba Fett. That's Wikipedia.
No, I know. That's what I'm looking at also. Well, because I know he was like a foundling.
What the fuck is a foundling?
The same thing Din Djarin is. So he wasn't like born on Mandalore. He was like adopted by a Mandalorian.
I said like it's not like a race. It's just like a
well, Mandalorian is a race, but there's the race and the faction. But also it's not a race because the humans on Mandalore. So original Mandalorians were, oh God, this is fun. Original Mandalorians.
Hmm.
I gotta figure. I think I can't remember their name.
There might be a franchise where I get this geeky with Geek where I can just explain
The
everything to him.
Tong were the original race of Mandalorians, except they weren't from Mandalore, if I remember correctly. They were originally the original species of Coruscant, but got kicked off of Coruscant, sent to Mandalore, and then became the Mandalorians with Mandalore the First. And then that from there, the Mandalorians became both the race, but also the the group. That's I couldn't think of the word I wanted. There's a race and a group, and they combine. But then the Tong go extinct, I guess.
At one point. What
some
point
point.
BBY?
I don't actually know. Fuck. I don't actually know. I don't think it says.
I don't even know when the Battle of Yavin is, so.
Episode 4.
No, that's the Battle of Yavin. When I think Yavin, I don't know why I thought, but I thought it was the Moon of Endor.
No, that's Endor.
No.
When
no,
your
that's the
laptop
Moon
is
of
powered
Endor.
by an Intel
It's the Moon of Endor. It's the forest moon of Endor, you bitch.
What is the forest moon of Endor? Well, I mean, no, Endor is the forest moon of Endor. It's the forest moon of Endor.
No, it's the forest moon. It's a moon.
No.
It's a moon.
Endor, designated IX3244-A, also known as the forest moon of Endor, or the
That's
sanctuary
stupid.
moon.
That's fucking stupid. That moon is the thing.
Well, so the forest moon of Endor orbited the planet of the same name. So the forest moon of Endor. So there's Endor and the forest moon of Endor. That is the name. The forest moon of Endor. It's its
What
own.
was George thinking?
Nothing. It's George Lucas. This is how he writes stories, and we pretend he's some kind of god.
I love looking at what the fuck?
We got so sidetracked there with the forest moon of Endor.
Oh. Django faces Obi-Wan and on I forgot the pun's name already.
Camino.
Camino. Dope ass fight.
Yes.
Love it. Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
The rain makes it so much
really
better, too.
makes it confusing for later, though. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this just proves the power scaling between Obi-Wan and Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Because Mace Windu bitches the fuck out of Jango Fett later. Not even Jango looks like he's never existed as a person before in that fight. It's not a fight. He just stands there.
Well, I don't think Django's been in a type of fight where it's like an all-out war. No, I think Django's more.
He literally fled some of the army in the Mandalorian Wars.
Look, I know this shit.
Golly.
Has he ever faced a ton of Jedi? No.
I don't know. He bitched Obi-Wan though.
Yeah, but it was slippery.
It was slippy. I'm saying a lot. But Camino's cool, man. Seeing all the clones for the first time was cool. Then we get the Clone Wars after that, and it makes me really happy, but also really sad.
I love the TikToks that come out of this. Is that every time it's downpouring, everyone's just they just start using the Obi-Wan lines.
Oh, dude, I've been waiting for a rainstorm like that. You have no idea. I'm gonna get the cloak and go outside. I'm not even gonna use the fucking sound. I'm just gonna recite it.
You fucking nerd.
I know. It's literally in my name. My name is Geek, dog.
Yeah, but not nerd. You're a nerd.
No, I'm a geek.
You fucking loser. Anyway,
all right.
I don't even know what franchise we would have to talk about for me to get this nerdy. Or
I don't know if you could.
I don't think so. I'm at the point. I'm trying to think screen, but like I don't know, like the fucking fourth background character that like was drinking a Heineken in the third movie. Oh,
Damn, really?
no.
What you know about Oppo Rancisis?
Fuck.
The
Who?
weird, like, look him up. Oppo Rancisis.
Ugh,
OPPO.
Oppo.
He's like the weird, like, furry snake
What the
dude.
fuck?
You didn't see him in the council meeting,
No,
just in the
I
background?
didn't. It's like Jarl Poof, who the BDB members have called. His name is Boris now. So
Oh, yeah. What you know about Oppo Rancisis?
he looked like someone I'd have in my dreams that was gonna give me 3 wishes.
Nice. I mean, maybe he could.
Opera and System, what happened to it after Order 66?
But what happens after that? He goes to Geonosis. We get all the scenes in Naboo, which are really pretty, and Anakin and Padme, you know, they kiss. Anakin expresses their love. Padme says, "We can't do anything about it. You're a Jedi, and I'm a
She says it in the
senator."
most like kinky dress in the world with the fucking like chain.
Yeah.
You can't do that, Padme. You can't be like, nah, fam. We're the
We're
most
that
kinky
to
dress in the world.
reject him. It's like, damn, bro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I find that moment super funny because it's like you could have worn anything else. You could have worn anything that fucking. She changes her wardrobe like 7 times in this film, and she could have chosen
More than
anything
that, she changes her wardrobe in every scene on Naboo.
else. That's true. I mean, the senator is
Which, like, fair enough.
sorry.
If I was rich enough, I'd probably do the same thing. But
you have your day clothes, you have your midday clothes, and you have your night clothes. So
I mean, if I'm recording YouTube videos, I change like 7 times.
I mean, your laundry must suck.
No, because I'm recording a YouTube video. It takes like 30 minutes. So I like put on the shirt, record the video, and then go switch shirts.
See, I just put the shirt on that I'm gonna wear for the whole day and just like roll with it.
Yeah, but my videos come out daily. If I'm wearing the same shirt in 7 days worth of videos in a row,
Okay,
looks
who's
pretty
gonna
bad.
notice that?
A lot
I've
of
had
people.
zero.
Have you been
I've
on the
had-
internet? A
Yeah,
lot
I've
of
had
people are
zero
going to
people-
notice.
I've had 0 people comment on any of my shirts.
You've
that I've
never
worn.
uploaded a video more than twice in a week in your life.
Bullshit. That's bullshit, and I approve.
It's bullshit and you approve, so it's not
I have
bullshit.
proof. I have proof. Proof.
What's your record? Twice in a week?
4 actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've uploaded 4 videos this week and it's Thursday.
It is Thursday. It is the third day.
But yeah.
Thursday should be the 3rd day of the week.
Then Anakin has a nightmare. Ooh, scary, scary.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Tatooine.
Because we always go back to Tatooine in these fucking movies.
It's important. We get Watto.
With a hat. With a silly, goofy
The
hat.
hat and like a little neck beard.
Yeah.
But like really a neck beard. Not like side of head. Just the like throat portion of his neck.
Yeah, he's cosplaying a Star Wars fan.
Whoa, watch your mouth. It's not my fault. This is just how my facial hair grows, you bitch.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying
You
everyone.
bitch. You bitch.
I'm not saying you.
And you've seen me shave this off. It looks horrible, so that's never happening again.
Oh, it's just bugging me.
Bro looks like a cat just pawing at
Yeah,
the
I'm
air.
trying to paw at it.
Yeah. Then so Tatooine, we meet Owen and Beru.
They're not important later,
No,
but they are pretty hot people. So
true. Yeah, they definitely don't make a really cool appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
The show,
but
yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
And then the later movies. Yeah, we find out Anakin's mother got sold and then freed and then married.
Was it freed or just married?
It was freed. They
thought you said
specify that
fed.
twice.
I said fed.
No, dumbass.
I'm stupid.
Why would they? Yes,
I
she
also
had never been fed before.
So I watched half this movie like at the morning and took a nap and then watched the next half of the movie. So like
That's
it's a little
dumb.
fuzzy. I was tired.
Lazy bones.
I am a sleepy boy.
Then yeah, so find out Anakin's mom had been captured by Tusken Raiders.
I want to do the scream, but
I can't do it. Anakin goes to find her, they talk for like 3 seconds and then she dies.
What timing? That's where he got his dramatic timing from.
Dude, probably. But like, yeah. She just like gave up on life. It's pretty wild.
And then he kills people. Not just the men.
Yeah, then I
The
slaughtered
woman.
They're animals. And I slaughtered them like animals. I hate them. Yeah.
Okay, my question is, why did Padme not just see it as a red flag and just like leave?
I mean, I feel like he is in an understandable moment. He's also showing remorse, but also like they did just murder his mother. I get it.
Yeah, but like
to a degree, I wouldn't do that for my mother, but that's because she's a cunt. So, but you know, had a useful mother.
I guess. But like, basically genociding a whole tribe is crazy.
Nah.
Nah.
They deserved it.
And we don't see any of it. We see like 2 heads get cut off and that's it.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this is the only franchise that gets away with decapitation for PG-13.
It's because there's no blood.
Which is lame. Add some blood. I want an R-rated Star Wars movie. Dude, I want an R-rated Darth Vader film so fucking bad, bro.
You don't even know.
Like,
you haven't read the comics, you don't know.
Oh,
I know you've seen that scene though.
The one
the entire rebel battalion, and it's just like, it's over, Vader, you're surrounded. All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Oh, Vader's
such a fucking psycho. I love him.
If Hayden could come back for it too, that'd be so dope.
They should do it. They won't, but they should.
I think this is the only time that I'd be like in favor of using AI voice generation, because James doesn't want to continue doing it.
They already did, and James already told them they could. All of Vader. James didn't voice Vader in Kenobi.
Really?
It was all AI.
Interesting.
Because he told them that they could. He gave the rights to his voice to Disney. Well, to Lucasfilm more specifically.
I was gonna say, like, they can use Mufasa now.
I mean, Disney already could use Mufasa.
Yeah, but like they could use his voice as AI.
Technically, I think so. Yeah.
No, that sucked. Is that why we're getting the Mufasa film? That's why we're getting the Mufasa film.
But yeah, so they could do that because they had Hayden record the lines and then used AI to make it sound like James Earl Jones.
Okay.
Which is why you get the same inflection. Because that's one of the things that people had talked about with Hayden Christensen's performance in these movies is like the way he talks and how unnatural it feels. It's like, yeah, because he's just talking like Vader. He just doesn't sound as intimidating. He sounds like a whiny farm boy.
Well, that's every Skywalker, so.
Right, that's the point I was making. Good job. Way to get the point, Grayson.
I understood it.
But yeah, but if you do, like, if you go listen to Vader talk and listen to Anakin talk, the same, like, inflection is there. The weird pauses, the inflection's there. Because Hayden was trying to mimic James Earl Jones's speech patterns.
Yeah.
Obviously not the voice, because that's not possible, but...
He went to the same thing. He just was more accurate because it was a normal voice.
Well, right. Hayden's perfectly accurate. It just sounds weird because Vader's weird. And the only reason his voice sounds cool is because it's James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I've heard David Prowse say the same lines and not good.
Yes. We also, I don't know if you noticed this, but you said you loved the poster of young Anakin with the shadow of Vader.
Yes.
Did you notice with the way Anakin's hair was tied back on Tatooine when he was saying goodbye to Padme? and they were standing there. When you look at their shadows, his
Mhm.
shadow is just Vader in the
That's
scene.
cool as fuck.
They didn't even do it on purpose. It just
Yeah.
happened, which I
That
love.
that's some like higher being type shit.
The Force willed it so.
Yeah. Done that.
I gotta see if I can find the. But yeah, like it's obviously it's not perfect. But yeah, if you just look up like Attack of the Clones, Anakin, Vader, Shadow, you'll see it.
Attack of the
Yeah,
Clones. Anakin.
Vader,
Vader.
Shadow.
Shadow. I cannot spell for the life of me.
But yeah, it's wild how it
Oh
worked.
yeah, okay. I've definitely seen that before. It's a little off, but he kind
But
of looks a little more like Lord Farquaad instead. But you know,
I don't think it looks like Lord Farquaad. But okay,
a little bit.
I don't think so.
It's the hair.
But yeah, I love just that. Um, yeah. Then he slaughters everybody. Buries his mom. Does the I wasn't strong enough to save you, but I promise I won't fail again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, buddy. We also get the great line in this show. I totally forgot about it. Why do I get the feeling you're gonna be the death of me? Man, if Obi-Wan, if only you knew how true that was.
Yeah. See, I think this is where everyone kind of gets fucked up. I'm looking at the taglines. I apologize. It's a Jedi should not know anger, nor hatred, nor love. I think that's where everyone kind of gets the they Jedi cannot love. When they literally say you can't. George, you probably were in charge of the marketing. Why'd you add that?
Because he's dumb.
Yeah. The clones are coming. Cool.
But like it's been a whole thing where like the Jedi, I don't know. Love was never something that was banned at that point. Marriage wasn't even. Neither was getting freaky. It's just the possessiveness of it that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And most people can't separate things like that, so that's why it seemed forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
Is because it's not if you can actually have a healthy relationship, but most people can't, so therefore and thusly. Him and Satine, but
yeah,
remember,
so.
he would have left the order for her. He wouldn't have stayed with her and stayed a Jedi.
I actually remember when that's a Clone Wars episode, and I've never watched Clone Wars. You're like, remember this thing you've never seen.
During Geonosis, so Obi-Wan then goes to Geonosis after following Jango. We get the first use of the seismic charge ever. The greatest sound in all of human history.
I'm pretty sure that's a lightsaber,
No, the seismic charge is way better.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And if you're talking just straight up sounds, we can just go talk about Jones's voice. So.
No, the seismic charge.
Wrong.
We get Geonosis, a planet full of bugs. Obi-Wan gets captured. It's all wonderful. And then he gets literally told everything.
Yeah.
And doesn't believe any of it. Because the arrogance of the Jedi.
It's not like it's a theme in these films. Not like everyone else is a Star Wars fan and forgets that shit.
What if I told you the Republic was now under the control of the Dark Lord of the Sith? Nope, that's not possible. The Jedi would have sensed it. Sure, bud.
He's a little bit of a dumb bitch, and we love him.
He is the dumbest of bitches.
That is true.
Also, I need to go back a second because I'm just scrolling through quotes at this exact second. The whole speeder conversation. What took you so long? Well, Master, I couldn't find a speeder I really liked. With an open cockpit and the right speed capabilities. If you spent as much time practicing your saber techniques as you did your wit, you'd rival Master Yoda as a swordsman. Obi-Wan, I don't think he's practicing. I think it's just you rubbing off on him.
I kind of want to see like a series where they like watch like teen Anakin and Obi-Wan, and they're like those they mention like small adventures like every so often.
I
They
mean, we
forgot to
get a
say
little
that.
bit of it. It's called the Clone Wars, but that's
No, that's after episode 2. I'm talking about before
yeah.
episode 2, between episode 1.
They should just make another animated show. They won't, but they
Exactly.
should.
And they will never go back to the prequels because apparently Disney hates them.
I don't think that's true. But like,
Yep.
it's also just, I really don't think that's true.
Yep, it's true now.
No,
Because I said so.
no. All right, Star Wars theory. Shut the fuck up. I just think the prequel era is where they spent most of their time. I think they should avoid both the original trilogy and prequel era. Go somewhere else.
prequel area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's currently where they are with the High Republic.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want you to go prequel era though. Give me the old Republic. Give me all the Sith and all the Jedi. Pre-rule of 2, that bitch. Give me all the Sith.
Yeah, give me that one dude in Knights of the Old Republic that like
Revan.
just stomped shit. Not even Revan, because didn't Revan go back to being a Jedi at some point?
Yeah.
Wasn't he a Jedi that turned Sith, that turned back to Jedi? 'Cause
Uh-huh.
he lost his memory or something like that. I don't know. You gave me a lore rundown at like 3 a.m. one day, so. No, I'm talking about the other dude, that one dude who was like stopped the shit out of like 7 Jedi at one time.
I mean, oh, Malgus.
Yeah, that dude.
I showed you that video too. Malgus the Goat. Other than he could not beat Satil Shan. She beat his ass all the time.
Teal.
SATELESHAN.
3,699 BBY? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's all as fuck. Power level.
Power level 3,699.
Why does her fucking boyfriend look like a jackass?
Yeah. Malgus. Darth Nihilus is cool. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters, I'm not gonna lie.
You know who's been better? Count Dooku's actual actor.
Oh yeah, he's James Bond.
James Bond, he's the coolest, he's like one of the coolest fuckers in the world. Bro, he's done everything. He's done every side quest imaginable. He's completed the game of life.
Well, yeah, it's because he's dead.
Well, that's like completed the game. That's
I'm sorry. Incredible.
no, I meant that like he met J.R.R. Tolkien before Tolkien died. He was in Lord of the Rings. He was in Star Wars. He's the inspiration for James Bond. He is an accomplished swordsman. Like
He was in a metal band.
he was also in a metal band. Bro is literally the greatest person to ever live. I don't care what anyone says. Jesus can live up to this guy. That probably went too far.
Then we get Anakin and Padme going to save Obi-Wan because he's dumb.
Yeah.
And then they get captured because they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's most Jedi, yeah.
And then we get Padme confessing her love for Anakin, which is pretty goofy.
How's it goofy?
It's
It's the perfect moment.
Is it? I don't like sand.
You're about to die.
It's coarse and rough and irritating.
And the shot of you guys going into an arena to face your death, but like having that kiss is amazing.
I don't like sand.
Say whatever you want about George Lucas. It's an amazing shot. He knows how to do
that
amazing
shot's
shots.
great. Though I know you want to talk about I don't like sand, and I totally skipped over it.
Oh, I don't really care.
I thought you
think
wanted to talk about it.
I mean, not really. I mean, I think it's perfectly reasonable line. It's a 19-year-old trying to rizzo a 24-year-old. This is
I
how
just
he's gonna try
don't
to do
think
it.
that's not how people talk. That's not how Anakin talks. It doesn't
Anakin's
make
not
sense.
people. Anakin is Anakin.
That's also not how Anakin talks, though. It's so
That's because
off.
he's nervous.
And it's just, I get the whole, argument that it's like,
It reminds him of everything terrible in his life, and he's professing his like childhood trauma to Padme.
maybe that's why I hate it. Don't trauma dump on the first date, dog.
No, that's when you do it. Then they don't run away later.
No, it's trauma dumping's for the second date. First date, you talk politics and
The
Star
first
Wars.
date was a Phantom Menace.
No,
Yeah.
no,
You didn't call anyone an angel without it being a date.
that's just not true.
That's weird if you call someone an angel.
I mean, definitely done it. Not to the people, but like that's like saying, you know, you call a random WWE star an angel. Does that mean I went on a date with them? Because if so,
Yes.
sick. Sick.
Didn't she dress up as an angel? I know who exactly you're thinking of.
I don't know, man. But moving on. Yeah, I don't know. The I don't like sand thing. It's just goofy, and I feel like you could have done anything else there. But I feel like most of what Anakin says to Padme is really goofy. So the fact she fell in love with him is stupid as hell.
No, women fall in love with goofy guys all the time.
I don't know. If you fall in love with that,
it's hating. He's a handsome dude.
I get it, but just the way he talks, I'd kill myself.
Well,
the way he talks to her, that's the issue.
He kills her.
Well, no. Kinda.
Speaking.
I mean, he breaks her heart, and then she dies of a broken heart, which is
murder.
No. Murder. Dying of sadness is not murder.
I think it is.
Okay.
We should charge Anakin with murder charges.
For Padme, no. For the younglings and all the Jedi, yes.
No, just for Padme.
Oh, no.
Because killing Natalie Portman should be a
yeah, but he didn't kill her. If anything, Leia killed her. That was the last kid born.
That's not how that works. She didn't die of childbirth. They say that.
Yeah, she died of a broken heart. Maybe it was postpartum depression.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was fucked up. All right. Yikes. Final battle. What do you think of the rhino, the cat, and the praying mantis?
Cute as fuck for the rhino. The praying mantis, creepy as shit. But I do love that Obi-Wan is without his lightsaber in this fight, and he has to resort to using that little stick.
I just love how proud he is after he throws it and it like sticks in. He's like, yeah. And then it like bites the stick in half and he's like, oh, shit.
I do think if it wasn't for lore reasons, Hayden Christensen would have a green lightsaber. In this film, at least.
Lore reasons are why he should get a green lightsaber later. It's just the issue of George not. So originally when George made it, blue and red were all that were going to exist.
Yes, I understand that. Yes.
Then they filmed on Tatooine and you couldn't see the blue against the backdrop of the sky.
Correct.
So needed green. And then purple came about because Samuel L. Jackson's that dude. And
then yellow should have at some point.
Yeah.
I think there's a Lucas creation though.
And then orange and then a bunch of other colors. Yeah. White.
But like I feel like Attack of the Clones Anakin feels like a very green lightsaber person.
I think he would have had blue at this point. I think he becomes a green lightsaber person after the Attack of the Clones.
See, I see Revenge of the Sith Anakin always as blue.
I see he should be a green lightsaber boy.
Is this for any particular reason? Is there lore reasons behind this, or is this
lore doesn't matter anymore? There used to be lore reasons behind it, but there aren't anymore. The lightsaber colors. So it was never canon lore, but it's just what everybody accepted because there was no canon. Now there is canon, and it isn't as cool, personally, because it did come from the old Republic games where it talked about like Guardians were like one thing, and then Consulars had green lightsabers. And to me, it always made more sense that, like, it was the more force-sensitive, more force-user-y Jedi. That's why Obi-Wan was always blue, because he really was not very powerful in the Force.
Yeah,
he was like,
he's too focused on being a sassy bitch.
No, he's just like, if we use the prequel knowledge, he just didn't have many metachlorians. He wasn't very force sensitive. His M count was low. He should see a doctor. But Yeah, I always thought Anakin should be green later on, but it doesn't make sense because Luke ends up with a blue saber.
See, I'm just talking straight vibes. I'm talking like green is now.
I
Blue
still
is
think green in that movie would have been sick. The green and blue lightsaber fight would have been cool.
We see plenty of those. We see. I mean, we
We've
don't see
never
those,
seen green versus blue. What are you talking
We
about?
definitely have. At some point, we definitely have. I'm gonna look this up. Green.
I mean,
versus-
oh, maybe in the Clone Wars? No. No.
I swear we have.
No. Seen green and blue in a fight against red. But that's not fighting each other.
Shush. I'm looking it up. Yes, there was. Technically speaking, there was.
What are you talking about?
Last Jedi, Kylo has a blue one, Luke has a green one. Technically, there was.
No.
It's a collision between blue and green.
Oh, I see what you're referring to. I was like, no, Luke had a blue one and Kylo had a red one, you weirdo. But I was thinking of the scene on the planet, not the flashback.
Yeah, kind of a flashback. So technically, we have.
That's not a duel. Stop it.
Okay.
I don't care that
Okay.
I'm wrong. I'm just going to pretend I'm right. All right.
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, Star Wars theory, chill out.
Oh, and General Grievous.
Ooh. Kind of?
He's got green lightsabers, and he definitely has duel with Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah, but
No.
weren't the green lightsabers the ones in the hands that Obi-Wan cut off immediately and they never even clashed with a blue saber?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Look at this.
That's not... We'll talk about that when we get to Revenge of the Sith, you bozo. Jesus. So the Geonosis arena fight, though, is maybe my favorite thing in all of Star Wars. I love it so much.
I think it's kind of lame.
Why?
Because it's just a lot of noise.
What do you mean it's a lot of noise?
It's a lot of It's a lot of nothing. It's a lot of like clashing and like cutting and things. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's called a fight scene that
Yeah,
involves
but it's
more than
not-
2 people.
Yeah, but like
It's called a war.
It's just a lot of bleh. Not. It's never
You're a
like
lot of
we never.
bleh.
We never focus on one thing. Like the later on fight between Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Dooku, I think is better
I don't.
because it's a lot more focused.
Did you miss the entire Anakin and Dooku part where they're both just standing there spinning their lightsabers so that they can get the cool color flashes on their own faces?
Exactly, they're cool.
No, that's
It's
so
cool.
stupid. And anytime I hear
Rule of
anybody
cool.
anytime
Rule
I hear anybody criticize a lightsaber fight, they never bring the dumbest looking thing in all of Star Wars up.
Rule of cool.
It's
I don't
not
give
that
a
cool.
fuck.
It just looks stupid.
It's rule of cool. I don't give a fuck.
For it to be rule of cool, it would have to be cool. It's not cool in any way.
That's cool as fuck.
It's cool
Also,
as fuck to be lame as shit.
Yeah, apparently Dooku has a thing for throwing things on top of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because he does it in 2 movies.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but he tries.
But yeah, I love the Geonosis fight scene. I love Mace Windu's entrance. Though I know he's a Jedi, can't commit the murder. But also, think of how much murder you could stop if you just like behead Dooku right there. Like, you know what I mean? Just like he never even noticed you. You could have just murdered him.
Murder you could stop by murdering someone.
It's a Sith Lord.
Yeah,
No, you wouldn't even feel bad even a little for killing a Sith Lord.
I think you would.
It's not like it was a whole family of Tusken Raiders.
Oh, I wanted to bring up something that we passed way back on Naboo. Ned Portman says a Michael Jackson lyric. Once Anakin gets knocked off the animal, I don't know what it's called.
Oh my
He goes,
god.
Annie, are you okay? And in my brain, I just started singing Smooth Criminal.
I always forget that's a Michael Jackson song.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever listened to the Michael Jackson version.
Annie?
The Alien Ant Farm version is way better.
Alien Ant Farm's a name?
Yeah.
Ant Farm, the show, has an alien version?
No.
Oh.
Alien Ant Farm existed first.
Nah.
because they released their version of Smooth Criminal in 2001. Nobody
No.
from the show Ant Farm was even alive.
That's not true.
Adults in kid shows aren't real people.
No, but like I think Trina and McClain and a lot of people were alive, but I think they're older than me.
There's no way.
I was born in 2002, so
Oh shit.
yeah.
Apparently China Anne McClain's older than me.
Yeah. She's also
Wow.
a raging like right-winged like pundit.
What?
She's a right-wing pundit.
Oh. Who cares?
Anyways, yeah.
Um
Why do you like the Geonosis fight so much?
because it's the first time we see Jedi do anything ever. Ever.
Well,
Fighting
yeah,
Maul doesn't count. That's just a duel. We've seen duels before. Not
You're
one's as
just
good as
saying
Fighting Maul, but like,
the Jedi got off their ass.
yeah, and it's sick. And then a lot of them die because they're not as cool as they thought they were, and I think that's funny.
Is this where they killed the dinosaur?
Yeah, yeah,
That makes me sad.
yeah. He dies without even a little bit of a fight.
Most Jedi do in these films.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
at
think
least
it's
when it's
funny.
like Palpatine, it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I love the novelization of Revenge of the Sith when it talks about that fight. It's like you can't make the movie look the way that like it should. You just can't.
Yeah.
It's live action. Humans can't do what these characters are supposed to have been doing.
Yeah.
Because it's like for that scene in Revenge of the Sith, I'm bringing it up now because it matters, kind
Mhm.
of. The first two Jedi that die
Mm-hmm.
didn't even see Palpatine move.
Damn.
Like,
it's the
that-
flash over there.
The whole point, and like Kit Fisto's little bit, that was like a lot of fighting really fast. Though it just like he looks like he moved twice and got stabbed. No, it's like
Yeah.
a whole thing. They say as Anakin approached that, Mace and Palpatine were moving so fast, all Anakin could see was blurs of purple and red. He could not actually see the people. They were moving so fast. It's like, yeah, you can't make the two 60-year-old men move like that. That's just not realistic. But,
Fair.
so I, it's the power scale of Jedi is so funny.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, most Jedi just get bitched by random idiots or droids.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got like basically everybody who survived in that arena who were all basically Jedi masters outside of like Anakin and Barriss Offee, weirdly enough, she lived. But like, yeah, everybody else just got bitched by a bunch of droids. I stand by, had the droids started firing again, I still don't think another Jedi dies. Of the ones that are there, I don't think any of them do.
They're just too good.
They're just too good.
Fair enough.
And then Dooku would join the fight and probably take out quite a few of them because he's like the greatest duelist to ever live. But
Yeah.
which, as we move on to that fight, I find. Oh, go ahead.
I love that Christopher Lee, since he's an accomplished swordsman, literally told George Lucas, "This is how we fight, not like whatever your made up thing is."
Well, George Lucas's made up thing was just that it was supposed to look cool, which is valid.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was also a thing with Liam Neeson because he's also a sword fighter. So that's why, it's probably why the duels got better for the prequels. But
Mhm.
also, like, I love the knowledge I have now about fighting styles, and I think it's so funny. So Dooku uses a technique that in real life basically is just fencing. It's called Makashi, and he is like the greatest ever to do it. Obi-Wan in the future becomes like the master of Sorasu, which is the defensive technique. You can tell that's not what he was using in this movie because he keeps being the one to attack.
Mhm.
He was totally just trying to use Ataru form 4. So Makashi is form 2, Sorasu is form 3, Ataru is form 4, which is what Qui-Gon used, and Darth Maul and Yoda. I know they look very different, but that's because Qui-Gon couldn't move like that.
Well, he did get stabbed, so.
Well, then that happened. But like the flips and the really acrobatic stuff, that is supposed to be that fighting style.
Mhm.
Obi-Wan's not good at that. And that's why he gets bitched so easily. Anakin is more of a practitioner of Form 5, which is a better use against Makashi, and that's why he duels Dooku better, even though Obi-Wan is more experienced and should be the better duelist.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, sometimes lightsaber forms matter. Sometimes they don't. I mean, when you're Darth Vader, most of the time it doesn't matter. You're just Darth Vader. Fuck you, is normally the answer. But yeah, I love seeing... I might be the only person who loves every Yoda fight ever.
People hate Yoda's fights?
Oh, yeah. They hate seeing him fight. They hated seeing him use a lightsaber. People hated it.
That's stupid.
I love watching the little man do flips and shit and act like a child, and then the minute it's over, grab his cane and like, oh, fuck. Which is just him using the Force to power, like to feed himself and make him able to do that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But
well, like, I think it also kind of follows Yoda's characters in the original trilogy. Like, Yoda's character fucked with Luke so much in those the two films that he's in. So I think it's just like, that's just Yoda. He just likes to fuck with people.
Yeah.
He's a little gremlin.
I also find Dooku's lines to Yoda so stupid. Yoda just easily shows he's more powerful in the Force, and Dooku's like, well, obviously we're equal in the Force, and this duel can only be decided with a lightsaber. It's like, no, Dooku, you're just getting bitched, and you're mad, so you want to do the thing that you think you're better at.
Or it's George Lucas being like, we need another lightsaber fight.
No, I genuinely just think it's Dooku being like, yeah, I can't win this. Because this is, in canon, the only time we see anybody use Tuta Menace, which is the power that allows you to absorb energy like that. The only other time we've seen it at all is in an Old Republic video game cutscene where Satele Shan actually basically eats a lightsaber. He like goes to stab her and she just holds out her hand and it never pierces her. It just like disappears. She uses the same thing to capture and absorb the energy of the lightsaber.
I was gonna mention, why does Yoda Dragon Ball Z this shit?
Yeah, Tuta Menace.
That's just a thing?
Yeah, but most people can't do it. Which, I mean, Yoda's 1,000 years old and the most powerful Jedi ever, so...
I mean, Star Wars is kind of known to just make up shit as it goes, like the speed, like the Force.
And then never use it again? Yeah, Force speed.
And then, like, Force heal, and it's like, we just bring this up whenever we can.
Yeah, whenever it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we have to explain why it didn't happen before.
It's just like that.
Even though we don't, not everybody knows everything. I don't know why that needs explained.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't Anakin just force heal his mom? Because he didn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
At the time that this happened, literally nobody did.
Isn't force healing also like a Sith type thing?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
But force healing was learned through the texts in the Jedi Archive on Octu.
You think Anakin knows how to read?
Probably not. That's why he doesn't know. And apparently neither did any of the other Jedi. Or they just never went to Octu, which is
Or
weird.
they deleted all the shit because...
Well, no, because the book still existed in Episode 8, so no.
Okay.
But, yeah. I still love this movie. I don't know.
I absolutely enjoyed the fuck out of this film. I was so, like, utter enjoyment.
Yeah. It's a great time.
I loved it. I was thinking about this, like, am I gonna love this more than Episode 3? I'm really hoping I don't, but like, I definitely like this one more than Episode 1.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna like it more than Episode 3. There's just no way.
I don't think I am. I'm not, but I'm a tiny bit worried, just a little bit worried.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Hey, so how'd this movie do at the box office?
It did like 3 times the budget.
More, I think. So it had a budget of $115 million. Grossed $653 million,
which is again very low for a fucking Star Wars film.
I really don't think it is for 2002.
Yeah, that's like 6 times, like 115 times. It's hard. So it's like 5.5
Yeah.
times his budget.
Hold on. Now I want to see Star Wars Episode 2 box office adjusted for inflation. Oh, all 12 adjusted for inflation. Oh, the Clone Wars movie is the lowest. Wow.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones is the worst, which is interesting.
Question: do we watch the Clone Wars films?
No. Maybe someday, but not during this thing. If that makes sense.
Next, I'm still
box
going
office
down.
adjusted for inflation, 1.1 billion. So I really don't think it's that bad. I think movies just sound like they make more now because they don't. Money's just worth double now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh.
The fact that, Phantom Menace grossed more than Episode 3 is insane.
Phantom Menace was a huge thing, though.
Don't worry, though. Force Awakens was twice as huge.
Which is really weird, because everyone hated the prequels, and everyone went back to the Star Wars and like, oh yeah, we forget about everything. I guess.
But yeah, what else do we need to talk about? User reviews. I'm sure these are going to be awful.
It was nominated for an Oscar.
Of course it was. For what thing?
Well, give me 2 seconds for IMDb to load.
Load
IMDb
better.
don't be shit. 2012 nominee for Best DVD Collection for the Saturn Award.
Well,
2003 Best Visual Effects.
Well, that makes sense. As much as we judge it now, for the time, dude, it sucked rewatching this though and trying to pay attention to that, because I remember it all being so much better, like the CGI, than what it actually is. That made me really sad.
Yeah. Well, the end of the film has the launching of the Clone Wars, essentially, with all the clones.
Begun. The Clone War has. Yes.
Yes. Which, coming out of Yoda's mouth sounds terrible.
Why?
It's like, wouldn't it just be more epic? Mason just like, the Clone Wars has begun, instead of like, Samuel Jackson must have.
The Clone War has. No, because it's fucking Yoda.
I guess.
Why anybody needed to say that, I don't know, though. Why did you name the war before the war started? That's weird.
It's like they have clones.
No, it's because they named it the Clone Wars in Episode 4, so they had to.
Yeah. I also love the argument between Anakin and Obi-Wan when they're chasing Dooku and Padme falls out.
Down.
It's just like a super intense fight, and I love it.
I stand by the clone that fell with Padme was Rex.
Yeah, you think so?
That's my headcanon, is that it was Rex.
Do you think Rex is in Episode 6?
No, it's already confirmed. That's Rex.
That's confirmed that's Rex?
Yeah.
I don't know this shit.
Yeah. That was Captain Rex.
I know. Okay.
Which means I need the scene of Rex meeting Luke, god damn it.
Okay, then.
I need it. I need it bad.
Have we got an animated Luke before?
No.
I feel like Mark Hamill can definitely do that because, you know,
he's a voice actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could. They probably won't, but they could. But yeah, I love this movie. It was great.
Better or worse than Phantom Menace?
I think it's better.
Absolutely.
I also think this also helps us show how bad George Lucas is at doing things half the time. Did you see Kiadi Mundi's lightsaber color change 3 times in the battle?
Green to blue to green?
Yeah. No, blue to green to blue. But yeah.
Okay.
Same div.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the ship's out of rockets, and then they cut to the outside of the ship and there's a bunch of rockets.
I think that's just them being programmed with like the Palpatine shit being like, hey, we can't kill Dooku at this moment.
No, because Dooku was never actually part of Palpatine's plan.
Yeah, but
the only one that couldn't be killed is Anakin.
I'm just thinking that they
Because
were
like if
programmed,
Order
so.
66 was executed right then, nobody would have shot Anakin.
Fair.
Yep.
Why didn't they do Order 66?
Which
at
is
that moment?
wild that was programmed in when Anakin was like 9.
19. Oh, yeah,
No,
that's you.
because it would have been.
Started
Because
10 years
yeah,
prior.
yeah.
So wait, okay. Is this gonna sound stupid? Because they probably explain it. Who the fuck is the Jedi who started the production? Was it Dooku?
It was Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas who died. They explain it in the Clone Wars a little bit, but he was killed by Dooku, and really it was Dooku and Palpatine who orchestrated it all. But they like let Sifo-Dyas do it because Sifo-Dyas thought he was helping and like joined Dooku to do some stuff. But this was before nobody knew Dooku was a Sith until this movie, obviously. So like he joined Dooku, was like helping him do some stuff, started the creation of the clones, and then Dooku killed him.
Okay.
Because he couldn't let anybody find out. And that's why Jango was recruited by a man called Tyrannus. That's Dooku's Sith name, is Darth Tyrannus. So
I knew that. I just didn't know like if Dooku had like a Jedi name or some shit like that. So.
Yep.
Or was it using like a different name? I don't know. Sometimes I pay attention to this stuff and then like half the time I like clock out the most important parts. That's just my brain. I can't tell.
Yep.
Attack of the Clones. Great movie.
I love it. It's a good time.
Absolutely fantastic. And then next week we'll be talking about probably the best film of the prequel trilogy, and maybe even the whole franchise, with Revenge of the Sith.
True.
Which I think is gonna be like a 4-hour episode of us talking about.
I think 2 of our next 3 movies will be in your top 2 for Star Wars movies.
I don't know about that one. I've never seen Solo.
Rogue One.
I do like Rogue One. Not in my top 2.
Really?
At least at this moment, no.
It should be.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to Rogue One.
What are your top? Going in. Yeah, going into it.
Going into this was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And then I think it was A New Hope.
A New Hope, really?
I love A New Hope.
Most people go Empire.
Vampire.
What?
I'm not a fan of Empire.
Really? You don't like the 5th one? It's the best one. Well, it's not the best one.
Mm-mm.
It's the 3rd best one, but
I don't know. I haven't watched Star Wars in like 3 to 5 years, so I probably have a different opinion than I did when I was 17.
Fair enough. But all right.
Revenge of the Sith next week. We'll see you guys then. Remember to subscribe, like, do whatever on whatever platform you're watching this on or listening to us on. And until then, bye bye.